Hey guys, it's me, back with another video. Yeah, I know, it's weird. So today we are going to be making a Sukhoi SU-27 fighter jet and build a boat. This video has been in the works for a while, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. And as always, if you guys have any build suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. Let's get to it. So as always, the first thing you guys are going to have to do is stack two poles just like this. Next you want to place a metal block, and you want to build a 5x2 platform. Now you can build the plane out of any block, but I'm choosing to make it out of metal because there's also metal rods that I'll be using and I would like everything to match up nicely. Next you want to move half a block out and extend it back 7 blocks. Then you want to fill it in. This area will be 7x3. Next you want to move out another half a block, and then you want to extend it by 12 blocks. Once you've done that, you can fill it in. Next, move to the front and extend it by 6 blocks. After that, you want to place a couple blocks here. And using the corner of the block, you want to place one here. Once you've done that, you want to extend it over here. And now you want to go over here and start placing blocks just like this. Now back at the front, you want to place a block here. You also want to place one here. Then underneath the plane, you want to extend it by 3 blocks. And then extend the top part by 3. If you've built it like this, then you just want to break these blocks here. It should be looking like this now. Now for the cockpit, you want to place a pilot seat right here, followed by some glass. And yeah, you're just going to be placing a glass just like I'm doing here. And then we'll come back to the glass later. So if you have the screwdriver tool, you can remove the collision from these blocks, making it easier to actually get inside the aircraft. That's why I'm not placing any doors to get inside. Now if you don't have the screwdriver tool, that's fine. You just need to improvise and build a door somewhere so you can actually get in. Now at the back of the glass, you're going to have to place these blocks over here. And then place a few more just where I'm doing it. Then you want to place 2 blocks here, followed by another 5 blocks, but make sure you move them half a block out. And then repeat the exact same on the other side. Next, you want to place 2 blocks on each side here. And then fill it in like that. And then place 3 more blocks like this on each side. Now at the back, you want to extend it all the way until this section. And then you want to break this 5x4 section at the back here. After that, place a couple rods here. And then place some more glass up here. Next, I'm going to place a rod here, and place 4 more over here. Now on the side of the window, you want to place 2 rods on each side. And then you want to place a glass block here. Then you want to break this old glass block. And place another here, followed by a metal block. Then you want to place rods on each side and then extend it back to where I did it. Then on each side you want to find this location and place a block here. one underneath, and then break the original block that you placed. It should be roughly 3 blocks from the end. Then you want to place 2 rods here. And then you want to continue by placing them over here. Do the same on both sides. Next, you want to extend this all the way to the back. Next, you want to extend this up until this point. And then on the bottom, you want to place a couple rods here. Once you've done that, you want to extend the rods all the way until the blocks that you placed earlier. And then you want to place a couple extra rods over here. Then you want to trim the back by 2 blocks. And then you should have a 1 block gap over here. Next, you want to do the same on the other side and extend it to the back. Fill in these areas. And then we'll come back to it later. Next, you're going to have to place a block right here on both sides. And then break these top blocks. And then fill in this area. Then extend it by 2 blocks on each side, just like this. Then you want to place a block, half a block down, and then break these. And then you're also going to want to do the same on the other side. Now these 2 blocks you're going to have to remove. Then, half a block out, you want to extend it by 2. And then place a longer block at the end. Then you want to surround it by rods, just like this. And then do the same on the other side. Then you want to break these rods over here until you get it looking roughly like this. It doesn't necessarily need to be perfect because we will be shaping it. So it shouldn't really matter too much if it doesn't look exactly the same because we're going to be connecting this. Then you want to extend 10 blocks on each side. Then you want to go up here and place 2 extra blocks. But make sure you place it off of the rod. And extend it by another 2. Next we're going to place 6 blocks up here. But make sure you place it off the end of the rod. Then at the back you want to place 2 blocks here. And another 2 blocks over here. And underneath you want to place 2 blocks over here as well. And then you're going to have to extend the engines by 2 rods. Now for the rear, you want to place 2 rods over here. Make sure you're placing it so there's a tiny gap between the engine and the actual area that you're building. Then you want to extend it by 2 rods. And then by placing 2 rods like this, keep doing it until you reach the end. Then you want to place these rods here and fill it in. Place another one on each side and break that original one and move it back. We'll be reshaping this area a little bit, so just hang in there. Then you want to place a couple of extra rods here. You want to stack 4 rods just like this, and then extend out by 2. Then you want to place another 2. And then 1 underneath. You want to place a block right here on each side. Then you want to break your glowing blocks. And then move them forward to this area. Next you want to place a rod on each side. And then for the stabilizers, you want to place 3 rods on each side and build up by 2. And then you want to place the rods just like this and then fill it in. There we are. Now for this area again, you want to place a rod right here on each side. And that should be all. For the stabilizers, you're going to have to place 2 rods at the top. And then for the actual wings themselves, make sure you move out by 5 rod lengths, like this, and then place a rod. Then extend it by 3, place a rod here, and extend it out by another 3. And then finally, on both sides, place a rod here and place another one. Then you want to place 2 over here. And that's looking good. Now this part might get a little bit confusing, but it's a pattern and once you get it, it's easy. So basically you're placing rods like this so it's not too steep of an angle. And then once you've done that, do the same on the other side. Next you want to go to this area and place 3 rods over here. You want to do the same on the inside as well. And then place another one. We're trying to achieve a curve almost into the wings. And then at the front you want to place these rods here. Break this block. And then go back to the wings and start placing more rods off of them. So this area does not necessarily need to be perfect, but the rough idea is to try to achieve a curve into the wings. So as you can see, this is a curve. If you want, you can pause the video and just double check and try to build one just like that. And once you've done that, fill in the wings. And then at the end of the wingtips, you want to place 2 rods here, followed by another one at the very tip of the plane. Next, we want to paint these areas black. And then place a rod here. And then on the top, you want to place 2 rods here. And then you want to place some rods here on each side. This tutorial uses a lot of rods, but I personally like them because it adds more depth to the actual plane itself. And then finally on the top you want to place a couple more just so you can get this shape here. And then at the back as well you want to kind of curve it into each engine. And that's it, so feel free to give it a paint job. I chose the Arctic camouflage that the Soviets used in the Cold War, and I've also added some decals. Now if you want, you can place a jet turbine somewhere inside the plane. I have the screwdriver, which means I can make it invisible, and it just looks good overall. And that's about it. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment below any other video suggestions. I will try my best to be more consistent on this channel, and that should be all. Okay, bye.